All right. Okay. What's up, everyone? Welcome to finally another episode of the Let's Talk Games podcast. And I apologize, Notorious DRE, because this has been my fault. 3-week hiatus, man. So we got a lot to catch up on, man. Oh man. But how you been?
Doing good, man. First off, I gotta let you know, man. Gotta let the folk know, man. The name Notorious DRE is retired. Yeah, I had to retire the name, and mainly because it was just I felt like anybody it was just battling with Notorious B.I.G. when it comes to like surgeons and shit and whatnot. So yeah, I was like, retired the name, and so I got the new name, Sir Dre the Great, and people just call me Dre anyway. So
Yeah.
I just came up with a name.
Sir Dre the Great.
The Great.
Hold on.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. Let me see something right quick.
Yeah, you go to my YouTube.
I'm about to go to there right now to see what happened. All right,
Everything
Sir
is all there.
Dre the Great. All right, so I gotta change the marketing material for LTG. Is your freaking Twitter changed?
Yeah, everything has changed.
Yes.
Even Discord has changed. Discord has changed too.
But I just saw the image at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, everything's changed. I was just like, man, it was time to retire the name. So,
Sir Dre the Great. Dre.
Yep.
All right. So,
and I was just like, man, what the fuck? That just came to my head, and I was just like, okay, I can rock with it, So,
I mean,
but yeah, Xbox has changed,
you
PlayStation has changed, and yeah.
No, good timing. Didn't wait until you best do it at the certain time. See, when did I? I never changed my name. I contemplated changing my name. Contemplated. And I couldn't.
It's like because everybody know you as Smooth, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, oh man, it's like the reason why I wanted to change my name was because I was like, when I turn freaking, when I'm in my deep in my 30s or when I hit 40, they still gonna be calling you kid. And I'm like, what the? And I'm like,
Matter of fact, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember like it was like years ago.
Yeah.
Jack Move was like, "Why don't you just call your name just Smooth? Just call it Smooth." Yeah, I remember that whole little thing. Yep.
It would be an easier switch to just go to Smooth. It just I don't know. It just doesn't look right when you type it. Or it just doesn't look right, man. Oh, dog. Yeah, so let me address why we haven't had any podcasts. It wasn't the fact that there was lack of content. It was just I had just things going on a day. We would typically go on Fridays, and it works. So I'm usually off. But then what happened was something changed at work. I took on more responsibility, and I had to end up getting the flexibility to actually give myself consistent weekends off, where every time I'm off is Saturday and Sunday. And I'm like, okay, usually I'm either off on Friday or I get out early enough. We do the podcast on Friday, and if we can't do it that day, we can move it to Saturday. And it's just been so much going on with work, and then I'm trying to get this I'm trying to get a promotion. It just took time. I just took time away. It took time away from my gaming, my overall YouTube content. The only thing I could really consistently do was playing at Xbox because it wasn't interfering with that. I do play Xbox anywhere between 8:45 and 9 p.m. on a Tuesday night. So, and then it would just be I would be exhausted. So that last week we were gonna do it. We had what the heck did we do? We had plans we took the kids to Sky Zone and everything and whatnot. And it was all right. And it was in the middle of the day. So it's by the time I get back, it's probably gonna be too late for you. Because you typically try to crash out at was it you said 9?
Yeah. I'm in bed at 9.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Sir.
So I was like, I don't want to do that. So I was like, so it just ended up being a prolonged delay. So I do apologize. We weren't giving up or anything. It's just personal life, trying to get some career advancements, and it's just been taking
no doubt.
a lot of time. Even my tweets has technically been down, but nobody would tell me that. My tweets have been down significantly. But let's catch up.
Wait, hold on. When you do tweet, boy, that you be going crazy though, boy.
I try to give them get at least as much quality in the tweet as possible. Because the thing is, I'll tweet and then I have to ghost that tweet for the next 3 or 4 hours. It's not like I can engage. I'll put it out there and then I have to see everything else like hours later. Like, oh, this is how they felt.
Yeah, for sure. But shit, yeah. You said what I've been playing. Yeah, just Scarlet Nexus, just wrapping up Kasane's storyline, and then I'm gonna get the platinum in that. Then I also started the Ascent. I only did one mission though in the Ascent, but I already know I'm gonna fuck with that game heavy. Like off that first mission, I already know that game, I'm gonna be on that game heavy. So that's up next. After I get done with Scarlet Nexus, and yeah, that's it for me, man. I haven't really been doing too much. Well, you know my motto, I only play one game at a time anyway. So yeah, I ain't really.
I'll definitely play the Ascent with you now that I got my characters damn near maxed out. But the thing is, I'm waiting for a patch because I got like a couple of side missions left, but I'm afraid that these side missions are sort of bugged or broken, so I can't complete them because of technical difficulties, and those technical difficulties include like either missing the upgrade or the area is just completely broken. So they said they patched the game. I tried it since then, and I still having the same problem. So I was like, you know what? I'll probably chase these achievements on somebody else's playthrough. So if you need a co-op, buddy, I'm like, my dude's maxed out. Almost maxed. I'm a level 29, and I think the highest right now is like 30.
So how does it scale? Like, if you jump into my game, will enemies scale to your level? Like, were your enemies on your screen scale to your level, or will they scale to my level?
It should be your level.
Okay.
It should be your level because the thing is, now I'm thinking about it. When I played with on somebody else's playthrough, we were pretty much damn near the same level. So it didn't make a difference. The thing is, there's like a scaling. Like during your playthrough, it's gonna be a scale ratio that you see. Like wherever level you at now, expect people to be either 2 levels below you up to about 2 to 3 levels above you at any time during your playthrough when you're in combat. So I don't think it will bring me, because if you invite me to your game, I'm joining your game. You know what I mean? And we don't, and the scalability where the scalability relies is that the main missions, they're always going to be more closer to what you're leveled at. Side missions are level based. So there's obviously side missions you want to avoid because they'll tell you the recommended level at the top.
Gotcha.
And whatnot.
Now, one thing I already know, man, about the Ascent is that map is trash. It's like Fallen Order trash. like both the radar map and the overall world map, or whatever you want to call it, they both suck in my opinion. But I mean, it's cool. Like I can, I haven't really played much, but I can navigate pretty good. But they just suck.
I agree with you. It took me a little bit. Like I was playing literally the Ascent exclusively for about like a week. I had to, because the thing is that first, the menu was driving me nuts because it's like, I guess it's meant for like mouse and keyboard. So when I would press pause or something like that, I would be in a selection screen and I would always end up accidentally backing out of what I was trying to do, because you don't have to it's weird because it's not like you pressing B to back out. It's like you move the cursor and you're out. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I kept like having to do it. So I would spend more than enough time in the menus for like upgrading or just trying to look at missions. The map, usually when you press pause on a game, right, and you're looking at the map, you're using the cursor to move around the map. All right, this is where I gotta go. Let me put the thing here. One cursor, don't touch it. Whatever cursor you think you should touch, don't touch it.
Don't touch it. That's right.
Because I kept like, fuck. Now I gotta get back to the map. So
I think it's the right thumbstick that messes with the menus and stuff. No, I mean the left thumbstick. Messes, and the right thumbstick does the map.
The map navigation. So you're right. The map is horrible. And what I did was, like, because you do eventually unlock a fast travel mechanic. You'll see that there's like train stations that will come across, or you could just. It's a simpler solution. It's like, I think it's called like the taxi. You just push that. If you're not in combat, you just push on the D-pad, and all the lists of the places you've been, you can go.
Nice, nice.
And it's fierce. That's how I pretty much had to have done it. But the thing is, the game wants to obviously encourage. It's a looter, right? The game encourages you to
Like
explore and like open up things. But the problem with that is, it's like looking at the map is a bitch. So I literally kept just fast traveling to play to just different areas and just going from that way. So. But overall, man, like I said, I know you just started the game. I had a great time in the game. I got like over 29 hours.
Game is beautiful.
In the game.
Delicious. That game is delicious for real.
Yeah, I had a wonderful time with the game, and like I said, I don't. And the people see me on, like, oh, I thought you dropped this game. It's like, no, I still want my. The reason why I keep playing the game, bro. 5 of the achievement. I have 5 achievements at the 90 percentile, like that close, and they're worth like damn near 200. So that's why I'm kind of tight. It's like, yo, I was like, I could do a couple more things, and I should be able to have like at least get a respectable amount. I can technically, I should be able to 100% it, but I feel like I'm gonna have to do another run with someone, and I'll just play like in co-op and whatnot. But fun game, beautiful game. The story underrated, very underrated.
Okay.
In this game, and when you'll find this out in your playthrough, there's things that they overachieve and things that they underachieve, and that's how you get this.
It's only a 12-man team, right? Yeah. So,
but the things that they overachieve, I did not expect them to overachieve. Like I was like, oh, they really did this, and you know. But the things they underachieve, I was like, really? Like you guys could get this right? Like But no, it's an enjoyable game. I had a fun time. It's a game I could just pick up and play and whatnot. And like I said, I'm on a mission to get that 100% completion. But I know it's like some of the achievements are bugged.
Nice.
I don't think we talked about you. So you did a Scarlet Nexus, and you're on your second playthrough. I've done. What else have I played? I played a little bit of Flight Sim. Like I said,
About to say, y'all bragged about that for a good week, and then crickets.
Flight Sim is cool because it's like, for the simple fact that I can fly to real places and point out real things. And I think that's cool. And the first thing I did was show my wife. I was like, "Hey, where's this?" And having her, "Oh, this is this spot. Oh, this is New York International. Oh." This is where our house is, so fly in this direction. Like, you know what I mean? That's how it was. It was like, oh shit. It was pretty dope.
Did you spot your house yet? Like, have you actually flown low enough to spot your own house?
No, I haven't flown low enough to spot the house. I found the area. I couldn't spot the house. The problem is where I moved to, right? I know the area, but I'd like, for example, if I was to fly over, let's say, Connecticut, I would be able to. I know it to a T. I know exactly. I can fly over the last 3 places I lived in Connecticut for sure, or my college. Right, where I'm at now, I found my job because the airport is literally the next town over to my job. So that was easy. But it was like, all right, I don't know this town that much. So the thing is, I was trying to look for something that would stick out. And then so for example, if I find a college that's over here, I'll be able to find where I'm staying at. So I just haven't. I played maybe a day, but the thing is, when this game came out, I was in the middle of my trying to beat the Ascent because of the embargo. So once it came out, the first thing I did was flew around some parts of New Jersey, and called it a day. But like I said, I plan to play a little bit more, do a couple more flights, but I don't think I'll keep it on my heart. The thing is heavy. It's a heavy game. It's cool. It's relaxing, but it's cool. But we did so the Ascent, Scarlet Nexus, obviously. I played. I don't know if we discussed this, but The Last Stop. Have we talked about that?
No, I don't know what that is.
All right. So this game is by an Interrupia and Interrupia. I don't know. It's an independent publisher, right? And this game is more. It falls under. To me, I think it falls under like the Telltale category. You know, and it's a game that tells 3 different stories, and these stories all pretty much are connected in some way or another, and then of course at the end it'll come together. But the thing about these stories, I feel like the story is well written. It's a great story, great soundtrack. It's a relatable type game. It's on Game Pass, so if you ever get an opportunity to play, if you're in the mood to play a game like that, you'll see what I'm talking about. It does get wacky at the end, but like I spent like a 2-day binge playing that too, and I enjoyed it. So it came out like I think at the end of July is when that thing came out. But yeah, that's really. I didn't. Back for Blood. Have you got to try the beta for that?
I didn't. Nah, because you had to pre-order, right?
Yeah. But I wasn't pre-ordering. The game's on Game Pass. It was not pre-order. I got it because I didn't pre-order it, but Addict was able to secure it off Twitter from someone, I game shared with him, so he redeemed it, and I just jumped in it and installed it.
Gotcha.
Good game.
It looks decent.
It looks good.
It looks decent.
Looks good. Mm-hmm. Looks good. I think it's gonna be a dub for Game Pass. I'll play it. But when it comes to betas, I really don't like I'll play a beta, right? Mm-hmm. And just to more so to get the feel of the game. Am I gonna like this game? Am I gonna like the gameplay loop, right? So Back for Blood, I saw that. I fought about 2 bosses or so in the game. The game, if I'm not mistaken, has some built-in voice chat system, because I was in a party chat talking to Ole Man Logan, and this guy kept telling me to shut the fuck up. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, yo. I'm like, well, I guess I was like, I was in the party chat, so I was assuming I wasn't a part of the game chat, but I guess you're a part of the game chat regardless. But
okay.
But Back for Blood, like I said, it's looking decent. It plays decent.
It looks,
no issues.
Like if I got folk to play with, I give it a go. But if not, then
yeah, it's not something you can do dolo. And the thing is, I was playing dolo, but I was playing with strangers, right? Mm-hmm. So like I didn't play with anybody that I knew during the beta. Obviously, the Halo Infinite. Did you got in, right?
No, I didn't.
So what was screenshots were you pulling? Was that Splitgate or something with that?
Oh yes, yeah. Splitgate, yeah. Okay. looks just like Halo, right? But yeah, that's why I had DM'd you. Was like, you did.
I was confused. I was like, yeah. So Halo Infinite, like I said,
did you get in?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right. So after I tweeted,
let's talk about it.
Yeah. So after I tweeted that morning, I'm gonna get into the I gotta get the super chats before I forget them. But after I tweeted that morning, where I was like, yo, I got it 7:00 a.m. the next morning.
Nice.
They
Okay.
sent it, and I played it. Cause I know there was a delay on the day it was supposed to go live, so I didn't play it that night. Everybody got it like later in the day. I ended up installing the game like the next morning. But
Gotcha.
Definitely gonna get into that. Let me just give a shout out to the couple people in the chat.
Yes,
we got Game Pass Perry. We got Emmanuel A1, shout out to him. He did have a super chat that says, hold it down, fellas. Go with King Smooth. And the Ascent is Gotti so far. Xbox Game Pass remains undefeated. Muscle emoji. Okay. King Prel says, how you guys feel about these attacks on Game Pass? We will definitely talk about that because...
as far as what?
No, all right, so... over a couple of weeks, we know we had, Sean Layden say his things a couple weeks back, and then Take Two had their say a couple weeks back, and then people are using...
Oh, just about like the profitability?
Yeah. Everybody, they come up with these same, arguments, like these concern arguments for Game Pass. Mm-hmm. But I think that's what's more what he's pretty much leaning towards. Shout out to Gaming with Persona. Poles, Bless Red, Curtis.
What's going on, fellas? What's up?
Curtis.
We back, man. We've been gone for a minute, I know, man, but we here.
Garuda Legends. So Halo Infinite, the tech tests, Fruitgate.
Hearing a lot. We're gonna talk about that, but I'm hearing a lot of good things about Halo Infinite.
Halo Infinite. Is if one thing Halo is, I don't expect to. Halo will not disappoint in a multiplayer. I will tell you that. If you're a Halo fan, you will like Halo and you will love it. I mean, I've been having. It's like picking the game up. It's like, oh, it's like I never left.
Got you.
They improve just like people talk all this shit and say Halo doesn't evolve, and the crazy thing is, to me, it's the only franchise I know that does evolve with every release. Halo Infinite or Halo 5 and Halo 2 aren't the same. Like, you know what I mean? These are completely different, like, styles of play. Even though it keeps that same Halo essence, it's familiar, but it does enough to be like, all right, this is how Halo survives 20 years later. You know what I mean? So I think, but from the tech tests, the multiplayer portion of the game seems like it's just ready to go. Gotcha. I'm curious to see what they do with different modes, how many modes the game's going to launch with, being that they're going to free to play this time. I thought like them like abandoning the whole red versus blue, I thought that would bother me, but it didn't.
What you mean by what you mean by that?
All right, so in previous Halo multiplayers, the multiplayer is one team's red, one team's blue. Right. That's how they identify the colors. But now they kind of went to what current modern day multiplayer does, and is not really based off a team color, and they're putting more effort into customizations. So what happens is instead of it being a color, it'll be a enemy outline around, like a
silhouette type thing.
Yeah, gotcha. Yep, around AI players. And the thing is, because you'll run into like somebody a pink Spartan on your team and a pink Spartan on their team. So I can see why it could be. But the thing is, the way that they got the customization set, you don't have to be like a single solid color. You could do it up. So
now is the silhouette like bold enough so where like that that's the enemy or that's your teammate?
To me, it is, but I've heard others complain. Like Addict, I heard him complain that he didn't like the fact that he had to aim at somebody to see that it was.
So it only comes up once you aim at the person.
I believe so. Your reticle has to be on it, because the thing is like when I first got into the game, I accidentally shot at my teammate, and I'm like, all right, cool. And then, but the thing is, I don't know. To me, I felt like it works. It didn't take me long to figure out, I can get with this. But to people that are used to that, like Addict, it took him a little while. I know he was bothered by it. So I don't know.
I would think it would just stay on, like, so you would know who's the enemy and
overall,
who's
right?
not.
Yeah, but then you also could look at the radar.
Okay, well, yeah, there's
and all these red dots are. So that's the thing. Like, I mean, that's how I've been trained to play Halo. But like I said, to me, it was a quick adjustment. But for others, it may not be that. So that's why I can't say whether it's a good change or a bad change. But I know they're trying to follow the trends of cosmetics. You know what I mean? And what good is cosmetics if you're stuck red or blue?
True that. That's true.
But
that's a fact.
I did enjoy it. Now I don't mind playing the Halo Infinite or playing the Halo Infinite like tech test for as long as I did or as I was intended, because I was telling you about betas. I usually don't want to waste time burning, especially if nothing carries over. The only reason I played Outriders beta for as long as I did because things carried over, right? So like Back 4 Blood, an hour of play was enough for me. I don't really need to boot the beta up again.
Gotcha.
Unless they introduce like a new stage or something during the beta, and that's going to be different. But I'm like Halo. I wanted to keep on playing that thing. I wanted to keep on playing it because I wanted to make sure I'm mastered at it, and that when come day one, I can contend, and nobody ain't trying to check me. So, but it's a lot of cool things that they added, things that you can do, and like for example, like the grappling hook. A lot of people thought it would be something that would be like a gimmick, and when I know people made fun of it during the previews.
Yo, I've been seeing some sick shit they was doing with that grappling hook, yo.
And that's why I'm like, go ahead.
I was like, I seen one dude like fucking swing his way like Spider-Man, like he swung under the bridge, came up, and then got the dude like falling in the air and shit. Yeah. I saw another one where the dude, so like somebody was running to get a pickup.
Yeah.
The dude smashed it. That shit was so cool. Man.
Yeah, that's I'm like, yo, I would have never thought to do some shit like that. Because I saw the video, I think we saw the same video. The dude was trying to go get the gravity hammer.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. He smashed that.
He's like, what the fuck? That's crazy though. It's like, all right, I can get with this. I can get with this because like when I tried to use the gravity hammer, not the gravity hammer, but I was doing it try and do what they were doing in the campaign demo, tag people with it. And then melee, which I did a couple of times. Haven't used it to grab a weapon yet, and I'm like, that might be the clutchest way. Now you could tell they're demoing how to balance it out, because in the campaign is obviously going to be a standard item you have, but in multiplayer it can't be. So
pickup,
it's a pickup that you get, and that pickup is worth. And so they had a couple updates to it. And the times that I played, it was worth. I had one where it was worth 4 and one where it was worth 3.
Oh, what you mean?
Like you pick up the grappling hook and you get 3 uses of it before it's done.
Oh, okay.
So that's how they got it. It's not like a permanent thing that once you pick it up, you keep it in this unlimited. No, it has a limit because people obviously can take advantage of that. And,
right. So
I think which is a good idea.
Real quick, let me ask you something with the grappling hook, because I think this will be so cool if this can happen. So. Let me ask you, if you kill somebody, can you pick up their weapon? Like,
yes.
Can you pick up the weapon? Okay, so
all of their.
I'm just thinking, like, if you you can run and use the grappling hook and pick up a weapon and start going at it, right? Is that something that you could do?
Like, wait. So you said
use the grappling hook to pick up a weapon, like the
weapon they drop or a weapon they have.
A weapon they drop.
And
you can use the grappling hook to get that gun or whatever.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
I'm just thinking like that. So does the game feel faster? Like
the game is faster.
I'm just thinking that would just keep up with the speed instead of
a couple of things they've done.
Stop and pick up.
So the thing is, from what they don't have that, like in Halo 5. You know how they had the boost thrust. That is not in the game. There is sprinting is still there.
Okay. Can you slide?
You can slide. You can slide.
Okay.
And but it's different on how you enable it though. It's not like man, oh my god. See, this is why I gotta freaking play it again, because there were some things, because when I played it first, I changed my controls to Halo 5 controller. So I can but then again, they added features where that fell out of place. So I had to go back to infinite controls and try to master that, because I did the same thing when Halo 5 came out. When Halo 5 came out, I switched my controls from the default to Halo 3, because that's all I knew was I know how to play Halo 3. If Halo 5 controls the same, I'll do that. But then all these features they added to Halo 5 would be mapped to buttons that aren't natural. So I had to go to Halo 5's control layout, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And it's the same thing with Infinite. It was like, this makes a lot of sense. I don't want to mess it up. So now, and this is what stopped me from playing MCC. After being so used to how Halo 5 plays in that control layout, I couldn't play MCC no more. Now with Infinite's controls, the adjustments that they made, I won't be able to go back to Halo 5 Guardians multiplayer after playing it, because I'm too accustomed to it. So the couple of things they did, they still got sprinting, but the game speed itself isn't slow. Halo used to be like kind of a weird pacing game, right? Before it ever included like sprinting. Now, but they have it where you really don't need to use sprint. Of course, you want to get out of scenarios quicker, but the speed between sprint and then the natural movement is a marginal difference. And that's what they that's another one of their attempts of like trying to appease Halo purists, those who were a fan of like the first 3. And and they made similar changes when they did like for Halo 5, where you didn't really have to aim down sights, but it was there. You know what I mean? But graphically, I think the game looks good. For the stages, they said that the beta was based on June. By the time we played it, so it was like 2 months old. It's a May-June time frame.
So do you think it's going to get the Gears of War treatment, where folk had issues with how the Gears beta looked, but then when the final game came out, it was looking pretty good? You think that treatment is going to carry over to Halo?
Absolutely. Halo and Gears are the only 2 franchises that still does real betas.
Gotcha.
This happened. If you can go back and look up Halo beta from 2015, when they did the beta for Halo 5 Guardians. And people were shitting on the multiplayer, they were shitting on the visuals. Oh, this don't look good. They was like, oh, this don't look that good, and people making videos and stuff just for when the final game comes out. It looks like it was at the time it was one of the better looking games that have come out. And same thing with Gears. I don't even bother discussing Gears freaking betas. Like Gears 4, they shitted on it. Gears 5 is like I don't bother. I was like, dude, these guys still do real betas. It's going to. I was like, I have no worries. I was like, their betas are literally performance betas. They want to know if this shit works. And
that Gears one.
And then when Gears finally came out, nobody had nothing to say. Nobody had nothing to say. So I don't know why people are doing like going all in. And like I said, Gears and Halo have so far the franchises of when I play betas that I know when the game comes out is going to be a different presentation. Oh, beta. Oh, retail. I see a difference. What's supposed to happen.
That's right.
Like for example, Back 4 Blood looks great. I don't expect that game to look any different in October. I don't expect it. So
it's pretty much a demo.
Yeah, it's a demo. It's a marketing demo. That's the reason why they locked it behind a pre-order. Like they locked the game behind the beta behind a pre-order. The game looks good. It plays polished. It doesn't look like they're going to change anything outside of that beta. Halo, it looks like they're going to change things out of that beta. Matter of fact, they've been changing things on the fly in the beta. So I have trust that, and 343 hasn't made an ugly Halo yet. They had the best looking Halos. I'm not too worried about it. And there's a lot of things to consider, right? A lot of things to consider with how many free-to-play games look good? And now, this is not an excuse for Halo, but like I'm talking about, like, oh my god, this is such a.
I don't know. If you ask me, I think Fortnite looks good for what it went for what it's going for. I think Fortnite looks pretty good to me
for what it's going for.
Right, for what it's going for.
Everything else is average. Everything else is average. Like those are all average. They're fun, they play good, but in terms of visuals, they're average. These aren't like no $1 million budget type. Halo Infinite, right, is going to be the best in terms of quality and what you're gonna get visually, the best free to play game. Like it's gonna feel like you should have paid for it.
Gotcha.
So and that's just for the multiplayer. I know the campaigns naturally look better than multiplayer because that's
what we all want to see though. Like yes. I think everybody is pretty firm on how good the multiplayer is going to be.
And I never had any like gripes or concerns over the multiplayer. I know they're going to come with it on the multiplayer. That's why when we were talking like before like E3 and we were talking about our predictions and how I said I really don't want to see multiplayer because I know they're going to be good.
So you think they should have showed something from the campaign
at the E3? Yes, because I feel like they still could have got the same thing across. I feel like they could have done a legit E3 demo mission, right? Show us, the latest build. Show us the sizzle reel of the multiplayer, then release the multiplayer build, the multiplayer beta as they did, and got the same reaction, or even better, because people will have a better impression of the campaign, and then they just got to experience the multiplayer. So, I agree. Yeah. So the thing is like I didn't want E3 to focus solely on the multiplayer because I was like, Halo 343, they're going to bring it. I know I don't have any concerns on Halo 3's on Halo Infinite's multiplayer. I don't. My concern was obviously the campaign. I want to see how that improved, how that got better. What are they doing different there? Because I'm going to spend years on the multiplayer, but like the campaign is where I get my immediate gratification that I'm gonna get from the game. You know what I mean? I'll spend, it's going to be, I spend my first 2-3 days on a campaign. I'm going to be playing multiplayer for as long as they keep feeding it,
But the thing is, 343 is 1 for 1, right? If you got problems with Halo 5, I understand that. I mean, I have my problems myself, but I think Halo 4's campaign was actually really dope. Yeah. In my opinion. So, I mean, I got faith in them, for this campaign. It can't. They can't do a Halo 5. I just know that. Yeah. Now let me ask you this. Is Infinite because I've been hearing two different things. Is Infinite a proper sequel to Halo 5, or is it a soft reboot, or is it a hard reboot? Like what is it? Because I've heard like two different things. I heard it's a reboot, and then I heard it's a direct, well, not a direct sequel, but a sequel to Halo 5.
What was God of War 2018?
So I would call God of
Because think about it, all that stuff in the other God of War still happened, right?
yeah. So you would naturally call it a sequel, but a lot of people call God of War 2018
a reboot,
like a soft
That's
reboot
exactly
as well.
what Halo is. The things that happened in Halo Past was still have occurred.
Okay.
But it's it's I don't want to say it's a soft reboot though. But
it's like getting away from Halo 5 and Halo 4. And,
yeah.
You know, it's still okay.
But those things still happen. Like those, there's no getting away. Like, you know what I mean. They can't destroy that. They're not gonna go and Michael Myers it. You know what I mean.
Right.
So that's how I would look at it. I would look at it like, because when I think of God of War, like all the stuff in the previous games, you know, all that happened, that's still part of its history and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean. But even though it's sort of it's a reboot.
Right. I got you.
Shout out to G400. He says, "Sup, Smooth and Dre." $2 super chat.
So you want to get into this Fruitgate real quick?
Yes, I do want to talk about a Fruitgate. Where did this come from? What did you think when you start seeing these comparisons and the commentary behind it?
I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. I had no issue with the comparison, only because, like, myself included, like a lot of people, I'll just put me, like, I like attention to detail, right? Whether it's multiplayer, single player, whatever. I like attention to detail. And so like I had no problems with the comparison from I forgot who did it, but he was comparing the tech test to like Modern Warfare or something like that. Yeah, one of Call of Duties. So I had no issue with it, because there's a lot of folk who like attention to detail. They just like, you know, the appreciation that these devs put, you know, into these games, and, you know, going out and doing that stuff, like you know, Naughty Dog, Rockstar, and all that stuff. So personally, you know, I had no issue. Now, is it an issue overall? No. Like Halo Fruit not, you know, explode in the correct way, it's not an issue. No, motherfuckers ain't even gonna be worried about the fruit in the especially in the multiplayer, right? So I don't think it was an issue. I don't think it's an overall issue at all, you know, in the slightest. But, you know, personally, I do like that stuff. I do like attention to detail. So, you know, I see no issue with the comparison.
All right. It's not that I have an issue with the comparisons. It's the maybe I do have an issue with the comparison, because my thing is, right, I do have an issue with the comparison, right? And here's why. Oh, no, my bad. I fucked something up. My bad. I messed something up. Give me 1 second. Shoot. I didn't mean to do this. All right. Crap.
There you go.
I'm just gonna. I wanted to pull the right gameplay.
Oh, gotcha.
Because this one's too short. All right. So my thing is, firstly, why are you shooting at prop fruit in a multiplayer tech test? Like, it's.
Yeah, okay.
I don't understand. Like, I'm not. The thing is, because the first thing is, like, if I'm playing Halo's multiplayer, right? If I'm playing the multiplayer, the chances of me stopping and shooting bananas and watermelons is just very slim. And the thing is, right, what people are doing, and I don't know what it is, but like I said, Halo and Gears are the only franchises that does real betas, where you're taking, and this one is not even called a beta. They're not even advertising this as a beta. They're calling it a multiplayer flighting tech test. So what they're doing is they're taking this game at some of its earliest stages, and they're comparing it to final retail games that came out, you know, years ago that does different things, and I'm like, why? What are you going to do? Let's say if they add fruit physics for the final cop, then what are you going to do? What was the point of that video? It makes no sense. So like, sure. I mean, I like the I'm not like sure. Yes, I'm against the comparisons because I feel like it's unfair. It doesn't make any sense. You're comparing a game based on realistic. Call of Duty is a fucking war simulator. It's supposed to mimic real weapons, real events. Halo is a fictional story. Halo, like, it's a fictional story with fictional guns.
But with real fruit.
with real fruit. But the thing is, it's like, I think it's a highlight that's not necessary. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say that the highlight's not necessary because a lot of people wanted to highlight. When I had something to say about it, somebody wanted to bring up the fact that I was making fun of The Last of Us when Ellie jumped on the car and the snow deformation just looked odd, right?
Yeah, I did see that.
And I was like, okay, that's fair, but here's the thing. In The Last of Us, which is a third-person action-adventure game, you're interacting with a whole lot of stuff. So I was commenting on something that you interact with. So you should appreciate a level of detail, especially if you're interacting with the item. So if somebody has beef with like a reload animation, cool. I'm not going to get on you about that because it's something that you're doing. It's a part of the gameplay. If Ellie is jumping on a van or a ledge or something, and something's not accurately happening, that's fair to point out because it's something you're interacting with. You're not supposed to interact with prop fruit and Halo on the map. He probably went all his that fruit was probably not even in the path of where he was supposed to go.
I gotta push back on that a little bit because what if maybe he was checking out the physics, right? And what if he threw a grenade? Like what if grenades is going off and of course they got explosions and they want to check out the physics. Is things breaking correctly? Things of that nature. So maybe what if he was doing something like that?
I don't know, man. I don't. Why bother?
Like I said, the overall, I don't really get. It was funny. It was funny a little bit.
It was funny, but it was just like these guys like got too much time on their hands, and it's funny at the timing that a lot of this stuff is occurring, bro. It's like people some people are feeling some type of way. People are feeling some type of way, and but a lot of people are doing whatever they can to kill that Halo hype. Because the thing is, this is what happened, right? Last year, a lot of these people got to jump around, celebrate, throw parties over Craig, right? Halo's gonna be trash. They got Craig, and let's not remind them what Craig was. What Craig was. Craig wasn't no damn character that you're gonna meet up and you're gonna spend all this time with. This thing was a regular NPC that originally had armor on that got shot off. That when they hit him, they zoomed up all in his face. You know what's crazy? You know how many Craigs actually really exist in the Halo franchises that people never knew of because they never zoomed in on their face in the middle of a kill? Like there's probably it's not like he's a regular character, right? People, the type of energy people have for Craig, they should have had for fucking damn near Newport's woman from Returnal. Like the woman, the main character from Returnal looking in the mirror. Now that's the actual character. Come on. Craig is like, there's a dime a dozen. There's a ton of them. Like we're going to be shooting up in the game. But the thing is, people had that opportunity.
Hold on, wait. Why you call her Newport?
Because that woman looked like she smoked 40 packs a day. Like,
hey, yo. I'm like Newport. Well,
oh my god.
But I don't like. Like I said, the overall aspect of it, and I don't think really people care like that. But there, like I said, there are some people who care about attention to detail like that. And so, I see it both ways.
Yeah, but the thing is, what people wanted was the thing is that this is what people did. They had their timelines, they had their countdown. Halo Infinite beta came out. They expected a a lot of they expected fuckery. They expected the game was gonna bomb. It's gonna be trash.
I kind of agree with you on that.
And when the reactions were all positive, it was like,
gotta find
something. You gotta find something. And so Captain Save-A-Ho shot up some watermelons in a fucking game, and that's what they got. And it is all because Halo is looking like it's going to be Halo, a really good game. So it is what it is. Let me get to some of these super chats. Shout out to Optimus Code Unchained, $5 super chat. He says, "Why isn't Microsoft doing their own testing? They need to test their own product and not trick gamers into doing it." Joking. Hit the like button, y'all.
He's going off of the
SSD. Has to be, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So.
But even though we're gonna talk about that, the whole SSD thing, right? We didn't have to play. You didn't have to pay to beta test Halo Infinite. You have to pay to beta test that damn hard drive because you got to buy this SSD. Ain't like they supplying you with free SSDs to try.
Yeah. Oh, my fault.
No, go ahead. What you about to say?
I know. We'll get to that in the SSD portion.
Shout out to Blessed Red. He says, Halo Fruitgate is dumb. The Last of Us Part 2 has even worse fruits. Alex from DF made a great point where Crysis 1 shits on most games in terms of physics from 2007.
That is false, Blessed Red. Now he's talking about a particular barrel that you can't break or shoot with that fruit does look disgusting the way that is, like pasted in that basket. But there are many of barrels with actual fruit physics that you can knock over and break, and they roll and all kinds of things. So he's like telling the half true. I wouldn't even say it's a half true. He's like a 1% truth on when it comes to the fruit in The Last of Us.
Spider-Man has horrible fruit physics too, from what I saw.
Yeah, I did see that one too.
It was like, this was messy. People did that. All they did was open up floodgates for people to start picking out games and trying to shoot and fight fruit, and nothing happens. The best fruit physics will always be Fruit Ninja. Is it Fruit Ninja? Right?
Fruit Ninja, yeah. Or that what's that game? Metal Gear Solid Rising. Mm-hmm. When you could cut. Remember we had that demo. He was cutting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so yeah, a lot of these things. So PlayStation, we should talk about. Oh, did I just lose something? There you go.
Hold up.
No, you good.
Oh shit! I thought there we go. My Discord had closed down on me.
No, you good?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
All right. PlayStation 5 finally gets the long-awaited update, but first it's going through beta, and PlayStation owners can finally expand and use that SSD expansion bay and use their SSDs. It's now in beta. Have you managed to get into the beta?
No, I signed up for it, but they ain't choose your boy though to get into the beta, man. I'm kind of pissed off about that because it's not just it's a multitude of things.
Yeah, a couple of things they're working on, right?
Yeah,
like 3D audio through speakers.
Through speakers, yeah. And I'm kind of curious about that, especially TVs that don't I can understand it with TVs that have like Dolby Atmos and stuff like that, but there are some TVs that don't have it. So I'm trying to I'm curious about how that effect is going to come out of TVs that don't have like a 3D audio sound already built in. So I'm kind of curious about that to see how I mean, personally, I won't be able to test it out because I have TV that has Dolby Atmos. So but I'm just for people who don't, I'm really curious about how that is going to come out of TVs that don't have like a 3D audio effect. So yeah, but there's that. That's pretty cool though. That's pretty dope. If it can work on like a lot of TV, like all TVs, if that effect can come out on all TVs, that's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, so they had that, and then they changed around the trophy layout. It's now it's going to be vertical instead of, which I didn't really see a big deal with the trophy layout. Like I like the horizontal trophy layout.
Yeah.
I didn't really see a big issue, but hopefully they have a toggle to where you can either, if you want to change it, you can change it. If you don't, you can keep it the same. Because I ain't got no issue with it. But a lot of people are glad that the vertical join is coming. What else? Shit. And of course the SSD. I think is that all the big shit. Yeah, in the SSD. So yeah, but to answer your question, no, I have not got to chance to test it out. I actually tried to purchase the SSD today.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like
The one that Mark. So I'm getting the one that the architect engineer, the lead architect, Mark Cerny. I'm getting the one that he got because if it's good for him, it's gonna be good for me, right? So I tried to buy one today, but the motherfucker sold out.
Yeah.
Like can't get it. So I put my email in to get notified when they come in, so I can be the first, so I can get one. So, but yeah, at first, like I had said I wasn't gonna buy SSD, because the thing is delete your games and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you do that, right?
Okay, so
Beat and delete. You put me on. You try to put me on that.
well, like games that like have like expansion packs or like season passes,
Yeah.
I don't delete because of course DLC doesn't drop right away.
Yeah.
It could take a year or two or whatnot. So I try not to delete those games. But if it's a game like a true one and done game that I know won't get an expansion pack or DLC or whatnot, then yeah, I'll delete it then. But it's just like I want an SSD for the it's just a convenience thing, right? Like I
Yeah.
don't just let me move my stuff and play it off the SSD. If I want to come back to the game, I don't want to have to download it, though it takes minutes, but it's just a convenience thing that it's already there. I can go ahead and boot it up and go like that. So, um, but yeah, so I'm trying to get one, but they were sold out. So I'm gonna keep trying.
So, yeah, you got this. So everybody's buying the one that Mark Cerny posted. Wow, talking about buying power. This which is fine and whatnot. I know a lot of people was buying them as soon as like they got wind of the rumor and whatnot. What do you feel about the fact that it has to go through beta?
So at first I was like I was kind of, I wouldn't say upset, but I was like the way I read that message board thing, it was like something is going to happen. Like something is going to go wrong. The way I interpret it when I was reading. But talking to folk, like talking to Optimus Code, talking to a couple other people, they reassured me that nothing from the SSD beta is going to like. So from what Optimus Code was telling me is that a SSD can't brick a console. Like just the SSD itself can't brick a console. So, like I said, after talking to a couple of folk, them reassuring that, this is normal, beta testing normal because they have to get real world data. So, like I said, after talking to them people like that and everything, I'm good. That's why I was trying to buy one today because I'm good. I'm on board pretty much.
And so like I think it's cool. It's finally happening. But it brings the argument because people, obviously when it's first, kind of started to look like a real thing. First thing people did was, compare, whose solution is better, Xbox or PlayStation in terms of expanding the storage.
I actually think, and I know this might sound crazy because Microsoft has a proprietary solution, but I actually think the PS5 route is the best route, and that's mainly because of options, right? So you in the options of price, pretty much, right? So like if you don't like this price for this option, you could potentially get another one that is compatible for this price if you see it as like a cheaper option, or whatnot. So just being able to yeah, just have options on which one I want to go with and whatnot. I actually think PS5 has the better solution as far as SSD.
I mean, it only took like almost a year later, but
Yeah, again,
like,
I was one of those who wanted it, out the gate. I'm not even gonna hold you on that. I definitely was. And I was on them too. Like I think I had made a video about it. Like
yeah.
where is it? Like when can we get these SSDs? And so, I definitely understand that. But now that it's here, I'm on board. I'm good to go, man. I'm ready.
Yeah,
About
man.
damn time. It's about damn time.
I think obviously I don't plan. This is how I look at it, right? I don't have no intentions on expanding my storage on PlayStation anytime soon. So
Okay.
I'll let everybody beta test that shit. And like I don't believe Optimus Code about this whole it can't brick a console because the PlayStation's internal
Mm.
SSD was bricking consoles during launch. So
Was it?
oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
didn't. I didn't hear that. And honestly,
No, I mean
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear
it
that.
was something. It was either SSD, the GPU, CPU, something was bricking those PS5s earlier.
Huh.
But the thing is that it's not the fact that the language was that you could still what they were saying you could break your warranty
Hmm.
with certain SSDs. The fact is that sure PlayStation has a solution that that works, that does give you options. I'm not going to argue against that. But the thing is that the options that they give, you're looking at, you got to be this is something for us. It's not an issue. We're educated on this stuff. We know what works best. We know, all right, we need a heat sink one. We need this speed. We know that. It's not I don't think it's a solution for everyone because the thing is like, oh, the average person can just be like, okay, this takes a regular computer, or this takes an SSD. And when you're shopping for SSDs, you want to try to find the cheapest shit you can find because SSDs are naturally not cheap. So if you find the cheapest one you can find and it's not compatible, there's a problem. I don't care how much posting or blog posts you put on Twitter, that's not going to reach everyone who's in the position to buy an SSD for their PS5. And a lot of people want to say, I'm not going to use the whole soccer mom shit because that's not my thing. I'm not going to use that opinion. That's been beat. That comparison has been beat to death. I'm just talking about in general. Like the first thing I did when I was building my PC and I was looking for SSD, I was just looking for cheap SSDs to put in my shit. But as a computer, I can put any SSD in my computer. I'm not limited to any sort of speed or anything like that. But it is guaranteed to work. So the thing is that yeah, sure, great. You have choices, but you have choices among expensive options and selective options. So you could go to a PC Richardson or fucking Newegg and look at all these SSDs and then find out that 80% of them aren't compatible with the PS5.
Yeah.
So do PlayStation? Do you have a legit argument? Yeah, if you have a legit argument, PlayStation solution is better in the long term. Probably. I think I like the Xbox's solution. Is much easier.
Yeah. Now, if Sony had their own proprietary slot joint, I would be cool with that too. I ain't got no issue with either or.
And I think people take a big deal out of this whole proprietary things because just because Sony raped them in the ass a couple years ago with their proprietary stuff before, doesn't mean everybody that has something proprietary is going to take advantage. The thing about the Xbox SSD is that I'm not looking for a particular speed or like, oh man, the only thing that's when Xbox opens up to other people to be able to make them, I'm just looking for, all right, who's going to be the first to give me a 2 terabyte one? You know what I
Hold
mean?
on, let me ask, is the card not the speed of the internal
The card,
SSD?
the Series X is the storage expansion is the same speed as the Series X.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's just a
Well,
matter.
shit, the way you was making it seem like you could just, if they had, I don't know.
No, I was saying like
it
if
sounded
when
weird,
it
but
opened up to like for example, so right now only Seagate makes this Xbox One. When let's say if Samsung and Westinghouse or whatever, all is it Western Digital, all let's say when they all start getting their hands and making these Xbox expansion slots, right? I don't have to worry about, all right, oh, what speed is this? Is it the recommended speed? No, it's going to be the Xbox speed. It has one speed. Like,
well, isn't that the same thing as PS5 though?
No, because the thing is, you have to have the minimum. What's the minimum that you have? Is it 55 like 100 like?
I have
for the SSD, you have to get, it has to have a certain write speed, speed or higher.
Right.
So the thing is, if you have, so that puts you in the market for a particular SSD.
Right, but that's the same thing as an Xbox. You just can't.
You buy their storage expansion base? So right now, Seagate's the only one.
I'm saying though, it's the same read. Like it's the same read and write speed, right? Like you can't go out, like they don't have a SSD that's lower than the necessary speed, right? Like you can't buy.
Yes, you can get an SSD lower than what PlayStation requires.
No, I'm talking about for Xbox.
Well, Xbox no, because they don't use regular SSDs. I think they have their own proprietary one, and they're made to match exactly what the Xbox does internally. So there's no difference.
Right. So isn't that the same? I mean, it's not proprietary. Like isn't that initially the same thing as what PS5? Like you have to. Like, it's going to be that.
Nah, because so right now, because technically, all right. So for example, somebody with the SSD now. This is cool, but it doesn't really make a difference. Like you can buy an SSD, right, that's higher than what PlayStation recommends, and you have those write speeds and whatnot, and hopefully it makes a difference. But according to some recent Digital Foundry tests, it hasn't really made that big of a difference. But no, what I was saying is, but the thing is, on PlayStation, if you buy an SSD, right, there's a chance, I'm not saying somebody will, but there is a possibility you can buy the wrong SSD due to speed. You can buy a wrong SSD for the PS5. You can't buy a wrong SSD. It just won't work, right? Yeah, it just won't work.
It just won't work, right.
You can't buy one for the Xbox. So any one that's made, those little, pull this shit out. Hopefully, they say you can hot swap it, right? I don't think this is, all right, there we go. When they start opening this thing up to other hardware manufacturers who want to make their own versions, I don't have to worry about them making a speed below whatever. This is tailored to the Xbox speed.
Okay, so you're saying because there are too many options with too many, like there's too many speeds and too many options. One might. Okay, I get what you're saying. All right, I got you. I got you. I get what you're saying.
Oh shit. All right.
But I'm just thinking, okay, Sony says you have to get this, it has to, match these speeds. So why would you even try to,
Because the thing is, this is where those conversations comes up, all right? So not the soccer mom, but the thing is, once the update goes live and it's a regular like thing, all right, now PS5 accepts third-party SSDs. Some people are just going to be shopping for SSDs that fit in the bay. And some of them that they may come across may not meet the speed requirement. Sure, could these people, could Samsung and could Seagate, Western Digital, all these people that provide SSDs, Arus, could they stick on their package PS5 compatible to make a difference? Sure, that would make things a lot easier.
That would, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they'll do something like that. But I'm just saying, because of that, it does open up that scenario.
Got you. Okay, I see what you're saying. So let me ask you: Do you think that Sony will come out like with their, sort of like how Microsoft did with Seagate? You think Sony will have
like a branded SSD at some point?
Like a brand, right. You think so?
Yeah, no. I think there is going to be some SSDs that come out with heavy PlayStation package branding on it, and it makes the consumer think, oh, this is a PlayStation 5 SSD. Yes, I think that happens. I don't know if it'll be like an official thing like how Xbox has, but you know how right now when you go into like a Best Buy or GameStop or something like that, and you see all these headsets, and there's some that look like this is a PS5 headset because there's PlayStation 5 or Xbox on it, and the way that they have it on it, you would think it's a first party freaking accessory. I think that will happen, of course, yeah. I think that'll happen.
I think so too. Yeah.
Shout out to Optimus Code for $5. He says, "Long live PlayStation. Xbox is trash. Long live PlayStation. Real gamers rejoice." Bless Red says, "Ninth gen consoles are just PCs for rejects." Ah, man. So PS5 versus Xbox in 2021. Boy, times have changed, right? I'm gonna point some things in your direction, right? Last year, some of the jokes, right? Xbox is being carried. We ain't got no games, and they're being carried by enhancements to old games, right? Shit like enhancements to old games. That's what was going on against the Xbox. So we were pretty much being held by features. We had expansion. We had enhancements to old games, and we had expanded storage at launch. This year was carrying PlayStation into this holiday. Enhancements to old games and expanded storage.
Yeah.
So,
well, there's still Kenna.
But Kenna,
there's Deathloop, right?
Okay.
And though, hold on. And though Horizon Forbidden West has not been officially confirmed to be delayed, so we can hope and wish on the star that's coming out, but we all know that's not coming out. But but yeah, so realistically, there's Deathloop, there's Kenna, and there's Deathloop, and there's Kenna. So that's about it.
Yeah, so Deathloop.
And Ghost. Well,
that got pushed back. So I added that to 2023.
I'm talking about Ghost.
Oh, Ghost of Tsushima. I thought you were talking about Ghostwire Tokyo.
Oh no.
Yeah, okay. All right. But, so Horizon, it looks like Horizon's not making it this year, which
sucks. That fucking sucks.
Now I keep going back to this question because I think on episode 22 or 21 I asked, has the biggest game for PlayStation this year already released?
It's looking that way, Yeah. Because I don't see Kenna being bigger than Ratchet. I don't see I think Deathloop is definitely gonna have its following, for sure. But I don't see it being as big as Ratchet either, though. So yeah, you might be on to something.
I think all right, because the thing is, it's funny how things happen, right? This whole, and this is the time of the year that I was looking forward to, is when now Xbox starts putting out their stuff exactly when PlayStation stops putting out stuff. That's right. It's like, all right, what's the conversation? Because we can't talk about games now. It's so right now. What's the next release you got? Because Kenna was pushed back from to September, late September. You got Ghost of Tsushima's coming out in August. This is
I think couple weeks, like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Something like that.
Oh, that's this month. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, this month. Yep.
You got, when does Death Stranding come out? This month as well, or next month?
No, next month. Death Stranding is next month. Yeah, I forgot all about that game, to be honest.
Both these games both of these games for the nitty PS5 version is going for $70, right?
That's right. But in fairness to Death Stranding, they are adding a lot of stuff to that game. Like,
is this game re-releasing on PC for $70?
I doubt it. I doubt it. But like they're releasing, like, it's getting new missions and new guns and new melees and like I think it's like a firing range training and stuff, like new content. Like it's getting a hefty amount of new things. So that for that I can I cannot harp on Death Stranding too much, even though I think it's trash. But it is getting a lot of new stuff.
It's just weird, because these games are fairly recent, fairly recent, to the point I think Death Stranding didn't get the PS5 update yet, but Ghost of Tsushima has, and now
no. Also, not yet.
Well, Ghost of
It's
Tsushima had the 60 frames update. That's
yeah, that's
not like an actual next gen, but an actual like to the point where it's worth a play.
yeah,
Via
okay.
backwards compatibility. I don't know. It just weird. Like people, I don't know, man. Like, people get upset when I say yes? PlayStation gamers are being ripped off.
As far as what?
As far as pricing. Not just because it's $70. It's so for example, I'm not gonna argue Ratchet and Clank and shit, right? Ratchet and Clank is a new game. I'm going to argue to death Ghost of Tsushima and Death Stranding because they're old. They already exist and they've been released on other platforms at a cheaper price.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I don't think they. I don't. The thing is that why did gaming prices go up? Is it because of inflation? Is it? Because if it was inflation, right? If it was inflation, the entire thing would go up. The industry as a whole, as a one, would go up at the same time to represent that.
Yeah, the typical answer would be, these games are costing more, and so prices need to go up to.
Weren't these dudes just rejoicing that Returnal, which flopped, have made how many millions? Because they sold 570,000. They made millions. Millions. You know why they made millions? Because they made a $30 game and charged you $70 for it, and people are celebrating that they got ripped off.
Probably budget. Budget wasn't AAA, in my opinion.
No, they had a budget to sell it for $30 and that's what they intended to sell it for. And then Sony fucking surprised them. It was like 70. We didn't make a $70 game. Like.
With the $70, it is what it is with $70 games. My whole thing about paying for upgrades is that it's not that I don't think that these devs should be compensated for their extra work. It's just the fact that majority are giving us free upgrades. Now, if majority was making us pay for these upgrades, I wouldn't really have a pushback on paying for upgrades for Sony games. But because majority are giving us free upgrades, I'm very hesitant. Fuck it, I'm not paying for it. To be quite frank, I'm not paying for this Ghost of Tsushima upgrade. I'm not doing it. Just because I personally, I see the way, I see the way the industry is moving with these upgrades. I don't see why Sony is charging. That's just my thinking. That's just in my opinion on it. But to each his own. So.
Not fair enough. It's like, and I don't mean to like the harp on it because I'm not. It's not. I know it seems like a picking on like the things, but I feel like, PlayStation has gone out of their way to put like to nickel and dime people and or put like some sort of premium price on it, and I think they've been put up to this certain level to the point where they feel like it's okay. That like you guys deserve this money. Your game, you had 2 of the last 3 game of the years. You deserve this. You deserve the premium price on games. And I disagree with the notion. And
sorry to cut you out. And that's not just with Sony. Like that's it's whoever's coming up with these $70. That's
it's
what everybody.
Sony, EA, 2K, and who is this? It's another publisher. I think is it Activision. They came together as a conglomerate to take on like, hey, we're gonna make this work. We're gonna back you up. And what the problem is, they did not have the backing of the entire industry to do this. And so PlayStation, of course, PlayStation's gonna make a lot of money. They got the more expensive games. Returnal's gonna look like it's hit crazy profits because they made a cheap ass game and they charged you a premium price for it.
You know what just popped in my head? Because you know how folks are going about, of course PlayStation games are going to PC, right?
Yeah.
And it just clicked to me that there will never be, and I don't think anyway, there will never be a day and date new PlayStation game on PC.
Yeah.
Because then they would have to charge 70, and PC gamers ain't going for
That's
that.
what they did with Godfall.
Yeah, so
and it made no sense.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know what that just popped in my head.
They did that with Godfall. Godfall came out $60 on PC, $70 on PS5. Why?
Yeah.
Why? The PC version is gonna have all the bells and whistles. The PS5, obviously, the PS5 version is gonna have like, it's gonna be able to do 60. It's gonna be able to do 4K. But like, why? What makes the PS5 version worth $10 more than the PC version of that game? I still haven't gotten the answer of a PS5 game versus any other $60 game. Of what I don't think they've proven the tax, the PlayStation tax. I'm calling it a PlayStation tax because I don't know, man. And here's Optimus Code. Oh man. With all the super chats I've sent today, I could have paid for Ghost upgrade. My next super chat should be free. Stop charging for your work. There you go, comparing a middle-class citizen to a corporation's pricing structure. Bro, get out of here with the bullshit, Optimus. Like, for real.
Like I said, to each his own. Speak like matter of fact, the perfect person who made that super chat. Speak with your wallet. That's what he told me. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I haven't bought I bought Ratchet and Clank, and I purchased Returnal, and Returnal I had to do because of the challenge. Definitely regret it. If I would have not have purchased Returnal as a I gotta buy into this hype. No, I would have taken Returnal as a PS Plus drop. That's how I would have taken it. But I just feel like Xbox and PlayStation in two directions. It's like now I feel like Xbox and people like to take this loosely. I'm not saying they're gonna win NPD. They're gonna just somehow sell better than PlayStation. In terms of just in its perception, Xbox has this momentum, right? And the momentum they have is because they have it's recency. We all suffer from recency, right? There's games dropping, and you were about to say something. I'm sorry.
That's because I said this a minute ago, and because I'm glad you brought that up about Xbox having this momentum, and it just I don't know what it is, right? But it just feels like PS5 is getting this pushback, from everybody, from the media to the gamers, it's I sum it up to. People are tired of seeing PlayStation dominant. They've been they just woke up and said, PlayStation has been too dominant for too long. I'm tired of it. This shit has to end. And you see from media to gamers, it's just this pushback that PS5 is getting is crazy. It's really the dude what's his name? Dude from IGN.
Justin?
Yeah, he made a whole video off of a tweet. What is going on? It just seems like motherfuckers just woke up and said, I'm just tired of PlayStation being too dominant. I don't get it. I don't know where it came from. Okay, sure, you can say, okay, Game Passes, because of Game Pass, that was the start of it, but it's not like PlayStation isn't giving us games, you know what I mean? And matter of fact, you remember that one tweet that one dude was like, I don't see what did he say? There's not a game on PS5 that, or what the fuck did he say? It was the Justin Cat.
We said they don't have any games or
PS5 doesn't have any games. Yeah. And I'm like, huh, what? What is going on this generation that motherfuckers just tired of PlayStation, man?
Maybe it is. I mean, this is how I look at it. I'm happy to see it though. I ain't gonna complain.
Like I said, it's not like Sony isn't providing us with great games. You know
Are they?
I mean?
I think they. I don't know if they're. Go ahead.
Most will say Demon Souls is great.
But that's old now.
Remake.
It is a remake.
But it is what it is. Ratchet and Clank is pretty good. I was a lot of people like Returnal, even the journal, even the media, you know, they were hyped up on Returnal. You know, Godfall was trash. Miles Morales was dope. I mean, I know it's old, but the gist is I'm just saying, like they've been they are dishing out good games, right? So it can't be that, in my opinion. Like it can't be this pushback can't be because PlayStation doesn't have games or not providing good games. So I'm just trying to figure out like what is going on? Like what is going on that PS5 is just getting all this slander? Like what's up? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't know. Like I'm telling you, people just like it's like gaming just was like, man, fuck it. I'm tired of PlayStation, man. They've been too dominant. It's time for a change or something. I don't know though, man. I don't get it at all.
Let me read some of these super chats, and I'm definitely going to tackle that. Blessed Red says, you pay more money for a lesser version. Reject, smiley face. Optimus Code says, wait, so the same rules don't apply to you, huh? I get it. Your advice isn't for you. It's only for other capitalists. I don't know why people go out their way to defend first, all right, just how you feel like people are going out of their way to like bring PlayStation down. I feel like there's a lot of people going out of their way to defend and put PlayStation first. These dudes care about how much money they make. Yes, they celebrate how much money they make. They're about their profitability. They're talking about how much money fucking Housemarque made off Returnal by them raping PlayStation customers to allow them to be that profitable. You got Optimus Code comparing.
Hold on, let me stop you on the money thing because Xbox folk do that too.
I mean, we all do it, but it's
okay, all right.
Okay. You got Optimus Code comparing Sony tactics to me monetizing my channel. like bruh, like come on, like no, it's no equals. There's no that is not an equal. Now I'm not saying Sony is wrong for charging for how much they're getting, but I will criticize them for their pricing structure because their pricing. I don't think Sony's games warrant $70. I don't think anybody's game is warranting $70 yet. Show me something that tells me like, okay, gaming, the price of your game needs to be more than this person's game, and not talking about a AAA versus an indie. I'm talking about two AAA. I played a fair amount of AAA games that were still $60 this year, so. That like I don't like. It's not even that that they charge $70 for games, but PlayStation is comfortable charging a next gen patch fee for their first party games. I thought that was only for third party scumbags. PlayStation is leading the charge. That shouldn't sit right with you. They ain't got no games this year. They being carried by an indie. Who carried Xbox last year? Indies. They being carried by an indie and enhancements to old games. The same things that Xbox used to get beat up for when they had a light year on games or first party output. They were carried by independent. There was years they were carried by Cuphead and Ori and stuff like smaller games. Like
that's always been the move for Sony. Like they've never. I wouldn't say never, but like in recent memory, like they haven't had like a real big holiday blockbuster title like that.
Yeah. You're correct there. You are correct. I think the only year they kind of had that one holiday game outside of a launch year was I think Death Stranding. But usually, right, they partner. They dominate pretty much spring, summer, like that February, March, June type area. They put out their hits during like the first half of the year, the first 2 quarters of the year, and then they'll pretty much let their partners have the holiday. Now, who are their partners generally? It's usually Destiny, but they lost them because Bungie broke ties with Activision. And they've been doing dealings with Xbox. It's usually Call of Duty, but Call of Duty and Activision Blizzard is in some whole lot of mess. They don't even want to reveal their game.
Like exactly, where is Call of Duty, man? Like, what's going on? Yeah, they ain't. Man.
So they don't have that. So now what is it going to be? Fucking NBA 2K to be the token game of or are they going to have to put Kenna on a crazy ass pedestal? So yeah, I'm used to PlayStation not having a big hit in the fall, but I am used to PlayStation having a impact in the fall. And I feel like, yeah, PlayStation 5's here, they're gonna sell, but I feel like I don't see no software impact from them or anything that I don't see anything that I identify PlayStation with that's coming out this year. And I feel like you got Xbox, who's trickling, they're putting out the smaller stuff first. Psychonauts 2 is about to be a big deal. They already did Flight Sim, Forza Horizon, and Halo is pretty much going to carry the weight pretty much for the year as AAA games. And Halo's already looking to be very promising of all the feedback they're getting and whatnot. Sure, PlayStation looks better in 2022, but so does Xbox. Like Xbox, like I mean, only reason why, like for example, God of War was supposed to be this year, right? Remember when they did the trailer? Horizon was supposed to be this year, according to the trailer. They're both moved to 2022. So pretty much 2022 is getting pretty much
crazy.
Going to be crazy. And we know about Xbox now. There's games that got pushed back on Xbox that were supposed to come out this year. The games we know for 2022 regarding like Redfall, Starfield, you got. I can even include Deathloop for the simple fact that I know it's a year timeline. We got Dark Tide, which got pushed back. You got Stalker 2. Like there's several games, so it's gonna be a nice matchup next year.
Hold on, I'm just reading the chat. Sensor Thought got a real good comment about GTA because GTA supposedly supposed to, the enhanced
the next gen,
launching this year. Sony is the market.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
and you know how that game is about to sell crazy, and you know the marketing is going to be all PlayStation for GTA. So that's a good one, but it's not first party. But and
it is a remaster. GT. They did this shit 7 years ago.
Right.
They did this shit 7 years ago with the freaking PS4 for the same exact game. Right. So I mean, how much really? I mean, how many people? I mean, I shouldn't doubt the possibility of what GTA could possibly do, but really, it's not like it's GTA 6. We all have GTA, and this is probably not even going to be a free upgrade, is it?
Hell no.
No. So who's going to be the first to volunteer to get raped? Like,
GTA. I don't know. Shoot. This one, I'm gonna speak with my wallet, but it's gonna come open though for this one. Man. It's GTA, man. It's Rockstar, and it's supposed to be having new content and things of that nature too. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna wait and see, but But yeah, man, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, they like I said, they really don't got too much that can really carry them, like that. I mean, I can kind of see them doing. For Black Friday, of course, I can see them cutting some prices on some games like Return. I mean, Returnal's already been getting price drops, so that could be getting maybe a permanent price drop. Come Black Friday. Ratchet and Clank, I could see them doing a temporary price drop for that for the holiday.
You think they have enough consoles to do a bundle? Like they did.
Well, they said they had. What was the article I just read?
They said they had enough to get through to get their 22 million target.
Right. By what? What did it say? Next March?
By next year, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So possibly, we're gonna see. They I don't know. I don't know their business like that, but I'm gonna say something like they could be holding consoles just for the holiday season. But like I said, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just, pulling things out of thin air, but that could be it. But yeah, I mean, like holiday season has never been a good. I won't say never, but in recent memory hasn't been really good to PlayStation, like that anyway. So.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying there. But I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I just look at it. It's funny though because it's a lot of switcheroos of what's going on, and then there's a lot of things like, for example, of what's accepted and not. So it's looking pretty light for the rest of the year for PlayStation. And I think, do you think this will have an impact on monthly NPDs? Do you think Xbox edges out a couple more wins before the year is up?
Yes, I think they win in the month that Halo drops. Absolutely.
Okay, that would be I foresee it's November maybe.
Yeah, October, November, one of those 2 months. So yeah, I can see them winning that month. Uh, huh. I don't know. Like, it's so weird right now with PS5. It's like they got games, right?
Yeah.
But and obviously nothing for this holiday. So like, what's really going to carry them? Just in terms of just speaking of MPDs, because a lot of people will say that PS5 is selling just off name alone.
Yeah,
right?
it is. It is.
So you think that's correct?
Yeah, I think it's correct. I think it's selling off based off brand awareness. People like it's
So
a trend
you
thing.
don't think none of the games
I don't think not a single game sold a PS5.
What? Really?
No, I don't think a single game sold a PS5.
Wow.
Not yet.
Really?
Nope. I think let's look at it by the numbers. How much did Ratchet and Clank sell so far?
1.1.
And they did, and PS5 didn't win the MPD that month. Xbox
Right.
did.
Yeah.
So Ratchet
technically Nintendo did, but
well, okay, but Xbox versus PlayStation, Xbox won, and it didn't have any games. It didn't have any games. All it had was hopes and promises that month from me.
So you don't think Miles Morales sold?
Let me. Would you have bought a PS5 if Miles Morales was there or not? Okay. Oh, okay. Regardless, Miles Morales could have been a 2021 release. You still would have bought a PS5 during launch. Like,
but that's early.
it was the best game. All right, for earlier. All right, so I don't think no. Miles Morales did not sell a PS5 because Miles Morales could be bought on the PS4. You could buy it on the PS4.
Yeah, true that, but see, and that's the fishy thing. But we kind of got to see the ratio on how many bought it on PS4.
Well, can you really do that ratio? Because that same disc worked on your PS5 and you got the PS5 version.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why when people were tripping like, oh, Miles Morales, and I was like, no, you can still buy the PS4 version and it beat it. Like, for example, I went to my local GameStop when the PS5 came out because I had my PS5 came in the obviously by like FedEx, right? So I ran a GameStop to buy Spider-Man Miles Morales. To us, the PS5 version was sold out. They had the PS4 version. It was like, hey, we got a PS4 version. You get the upgrade and stuff. I was like, yeah, I know, but I want the remaster. The PS4 version didn't come with. I think it didn't come with the remaster of the other one. And so that's the only reason why I didn't buy it on the disc. And then when I hooked up my PS5, I just bought it digitally. But yeah, no, I don't think there's a game that sold a PS5. Ratchet and Clank didn't sell a PS5. Fucking Returnal ain't selling no damn PS5. Shit sold 570,000 in a matter of I don't know how many months.
You don't think Ratchet's like sold any PS5? I think so.
No, as much as I love Ratchet and Clank,
I definitely think it sold some PS5.
I'm a Ratchet and Clank fan. I love the franchise. This game I think is okay. I'm a Ratchet and Clank fan. Like I bought the other one when it came out. I think day and date. Played it, beat it. I got this one obviously, but the thing is, Ratchet and Clank is not that temple character that people buy PS5s for. He's an old character. People know of him. People who if you have a PlayStation, you probably have a Ratchet and Clank game. But Ratchet and Clank is there. He's a part of the catalog. He's not Spider-Man. He's not Kratos. He's not Aloy or anything like that that made people move. Like remember when those games came out. PS5 got not PS5, the PlayStation console during those time period got a surge in sales when those games came out. None of these games generated a surge like that, and people could argue, oh, well, it's supply chain. These motherfuckers just told you they got enough to sell 22 million, and that they're not worried about demand. According to them, they don't have a supply chain problem, and I don't think they ever had a supply chain problem because how is it that like the fact that you and the PlayStation and Xbox were selling out every time they put out, they would sell out, but PlayStation was selling consistently more because they obviously had more available to sell. So no, like do PlayStation have great games? Sure, the PS5 has great games. I'm not saying the games are bad or anything like that, but I don't think any of the games that they had are, oh, this is the killer app. This is what sold the PS5. This is what's going to carry the PS5. They had a collection of great games, and all together, maybe those games you can look at those games like, you know what, The first year was a great round of games that made the PS5 worth it. If you want to say that, sure, but I'm not going to give any game itself that crown to move to the PS5.
I definitely think Ratchet sold some PS5, especially I think, in my opinion, I think this was the most hype that anybody has ever been for a Ratchet game,
and that's true. That can be true.
So I definitely think it moves some units, man. I think so. Like I don't.
It moved just as many units as fucking Returnal. Like, I think it's a good question. It's a good question, but at the end of the day, I think regardless, without Ratchet and Clank and without Miles Morales, I think PlayStation would still be in the position it is in today.
Okay. I mean, yeah, there is some merit to that. You know, of course, off the hype of PS4, of course, people are going to adopt PS5 just knowing what's to come.
Remember, PlayStation 4's first year was trash, and it still
was.
It still didn't matter. People, it just got even better with time.
But you saying that though, then that would be you saying. I mean, okay, I guess the later years of PS3 was hot. So, would you say that PS4 sold off of the name of the PS3?
No. What happened with the PS4? The PS4 met a new height of popularity during the PS4 gen. Now, I know people want to point to PS2 and PS2 did what PS1 did. Obviously, those gamers got older and whatnot, and it's not the same. PS2 was the DVD player of 2001, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So you look at that. We had a lot more gamers, like people jumping into this gaming bandwagon. A lot more casuals in the mix that helped make up, that helped push, the PS4 sales. And the PS4 obviously was the more popular console, and people don't want to realize, but social media definitely had an impact on the outcome of both those consoles. And PlayStation was just like obviously right time, the hot at the right time, and I think it's the success of PS4 definitely impacts the PS5's fast start, definitely. And I couldn't look at anybody with a straight face and say, "Oh, PS5 is going to flop." It's not going to flop for the simple fact that what PS4 did. It may slow. It could have. I think what's going to happen is I don't think it will meet what PS4 did. I think eventually it slows down. After a while, I think it will come to a slowdown. I don't think it's going to exceed.
You don't think it's going to break 100 mil?
It could still break 100 mil, but it may not surpass PS4.
I mean, but right now it's selling faster than PS4.
Right now. But right now, the Xbox Series is selling faster than Xbox One. In 2014, but 2013 and 2014, the Xbox One was selling faster than the Xbox 360. So, and the 360 was their most successful Xbox. It didn't. The Xbox One never eclipsed the 360. And and all the shit that people talk about the PS4 never eclipsed the PS2. And people are like, it's gonna happen. This is the best PlayStation. It was very successful, and it still hasn't done it.
That's 159. That's gonna be tough for any console to do.
I don't think the Wii or the PS2 will ever get eclipsed.
Nah. I'm shit. The Switch just outsold the 360 and PS3. So
yeah.
We'll see.
The Switch might be that thing that gets obviously into the upper echelon, but I don't think in terms of traditional consoles, I don't think the Wii or the PS2 gets eclipsed by any of the consoles. I think the cap is at approximately 100 million, approximately. And if Xbox is serious, if Xbox is going to be even more successful than the Xbox One, then I cap them both at around you're looking at 80 million for one, 90 million for that. I don't think any of them hits 100 million.
Okay. We're gonna see. I might take a bet on that. We're gonna see. Huh. Okay.
All right, but it's about that time. I didn't even realize we've been in here for this long, man. But It's always great connecting with you.
Absolutely.
You got anything going on? I know you've been pumping out videos, man. You got the
Yeah, so man, it's just weird because I don't want to be the one who just cranks out videos that, when there's like something to talk,
yeah.
something big that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to, you know, think of what I think would be cool, something to talk about or what. But other than that, yeah, man, I ain't really got much. I hope you didn't miss no super chat.
No, I got Max City. I'm gonna get him in a minute.
Oh, you got okay.
That's the one I'm gonna read.
Optimus. I think Optimus sent one too.
Did he? All right, let me make sure I didn't. All right, give me 1 second. Max City says Pony's been crying for weeks. Dre sounds sick, capping for dog shit GTA 5. You alright, big fella? Sony bought this on themselves with $70 director cuts.
GTA 5 dog shit, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, now if you want to say that it keeps re-releasing and that's dog shit, okay. But as a game, nah, dog. GTA 5 is far from dog shit. If you consider GTA 5 dog shit, I would hate to see what you consider good. I would hate to see your catalog of games. Jesus.
Max City also says Pony's been hating on Game Pass. Don't hear us crying. Optimus says, explain to me how charging for your work is different for you than Sony. Why does it matter how small you are? Oh my god.
I think so. What you're saying is because Sony is this billion-dollar company.
It's not even that. It's
okay.
Well, I don't want to get into like the I'm not saying PlayStation can't charge for. I'm not saying PlayStation, and he got another super chat before that. Let me read them both together. All right. So he says. Okay. He says it's $70. He says for $70, thank you for the super chat, by the way, and I probably will send you this back because of this argument. He says, oh man, so this super chat is too much, right? You gonna give it back? Man, I could have bought a new copy of Ghost with this, damn it, you funny dude, Smooth. Actually, I don't mind. I've sent money back to people. He sent $70 for that super chat. Because he's trying to prove a point. And Optimus has been on this, let me protect and defend Sony's every move because everything is morally right. I'm gonna just say it simple. I'm just saying it simple like this. I'm not saying PlayStation can't charge you $500 for a PS5. I'm not saying they can't charge you $50, $60 a year for PS Plus. I'm not saying they can't charge you money for their games. However, I'm saying it's just weird. And I don't think it's the best look to be charging for fucking upgrades on a next-gen console. I don't think it's necessary. Because there's too many examples. There's too many examples that's not. PC does not charge you every time you upgrade your CPU. You don't get charged from Steam every time you upgrade your CPU and your GPU to make that game run that much better. It doesn't come with no damn upgrade fee. Xbox... I mean, they're the closest thing to PC. They have, if this game gets an update, if you have an Xbox Series X or S, you'll just play the better version of it. It's called smart delivery. You guys thought it was a buzzword for a year or so, and it turned out to be a lot more than just a buzzword. The fact that, the thing is that there's all these people. Now, mind you already bought the game. In all these cases, now you have a better console to play them better. So you're telling me you would rather pay for developers to unlock your console's potential on their game? For all that, fuck it. All games should be made with uncapped resolutions and uncapped frame rates, and therefore they couldn't dare charge you for that, because now it would just be relying on the system to do that. But no, they charge $70. I'm not mad at them for charging $70. I don't think their games are worth $70. If the industry would have moved at the same time to boost $60 games to $70 games, you would not hear me complaining as much. It is what it is. But the fact, something tells me, all right, somebody's being greedy. Because for all these publishers that exist and all these games that come out, why is it only the less than 1% of the publishers charging this much. And who are those 1%? Sony, 2K, EA, Activision. The ones that have historically been scumbags over the years. Sony gets away with their scumbagness because they got Gottis and exclusives. So they got a little bit more of a pass in the Activision than the 2K than the EA. But Ubisoft still charge $60 for the games. Capcom still charge $60 for the games. Square Enix, unless they do a PS5 exclusive, still charge $60 for their games. So, no, I'm not mad at PlayStation charging us for their games, for their content and services. That's not the issue. It's nickeling, diming us. Like, it's true. You guys literally went out your way to talk crap about free-to-play games being locked behind Xbox Live Gold. That was y'all biggest beefs. Free-to-play games. Xbox charge you to play fucking Rocket League and Fortnite. I'm sorry, but I'm playing NBA 2K and Call of Duty as well. I mean, I'm not going to give up my gold account to play some fucking Fortnite. It didn't matter to me. But now, I'm watching, I'm like, okay, PS5 can do 4K 60. Ooh, I can't wait till Days Gone and all these other games and get to run at 4K 60. Oh, y'all want $10 extra? I already bought the game. It's not automatic. But then you look at Xbox giving it to you for free. People building PCs and shit, playing PlayStation exclusive at higher fidelity and higher frame rates, and it costed them even less. PlayStation games launching on Steam at $50 fucking, and here they're gonna relaunch it on the PS5 for $70. Who am I, the corporate slave, or is it you guys? I'm sorry. Like, I don't get how people are happy and celebratory and defensive to defend their practices that pretty much takes money out of your pocket. I'm always going to advocate to keep money in my pocket, but if you want to give more money to Sony for no apparent reason because they're Sony, be my guest. I'm not mad at you, and I'm not telling what you should do with your money, but my argument isn't that I'm mad about PlayStation charging $70. I'm not mad that they're charging $70. That's their choice. All it does, to me, it makes them look like scumbags, because I don't feel like they're doing anything better than Capcom, anything better than Square Enix, anything better than fucking Ubisoft to be like, oh, my game is worth it. Returnal, there's no way. Returnal is $70. Let that sink in. It's $70 fucking dollars. A game that Housemarque thought they would be selling for $30, $40 at best. They used to make $20 games. That's why it was a big adjustment for them, because this was going to be their first $40 game. Sony turned around and said $70. They said $70. Shit. Okay.
Damn.
My bad.
So when you read these two super chats from Optimus Code, I understand what he's talking about, but go ahead and read them.
Okay. Stop the cap. PS5 does give free graphic settings and updates. No, they don't. Don't. They gave you a free performance boost because they enabled a Gen 9 aware, so which PS5 doubles the frame rate of PS4 Pro games. That's what they did. But to get now full PS5 features, the shit you bought the PS5 for, 3D audio, fucking DualSense masturbate senses, all this other shit that comes with the PS5 is now locked. Even fucking talking Japanese, it's locked behind a $70 version of the game. It's the power of the SSD allowed us to make them speak Japanese natively. That's what they said about Ghost of Tsushima.
And I correct me if I'm wrong, Cole, but that's what he's talking about when the upgrades, because we are getting these features of the DualSense and things of that nature. Again, correct me if I'm wrong on your point, Code. I think that's what he was getting at in those super chats. And again, I'm kind of in the same boat. Again, have no problem with them charging for the upgrades. Absolutely no problem. Just again, in my opinion, because majority of the industry is giving them out for free. And yes, giving them out for free with the features that one Code would talk about with the DualSense. Matter of fact, Code is playing a game right now called A Plague's Tale that gave him all those features for free. So because majority of these upgrades are free, that's why I'm giving Sony the side eye. I'm like, okay, I'm not about to. And again, have no problem with that. I just want to make that clear. They should get compensated.
They got compensated when they made the game and to begin with. Like, like these guys acting like these the PlayStation developers are on the street corners fucking with a cup asking for change. No, they're well paid. Optimus Code says because neither PC nor Xbox has any upgrades other than settings updates. So okay, so all right, so the 3D audio and the controller vibrating that's what you feel is what's getting. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah, I got to push back on that too because we are getting those features for free in some of these games.
Yeah, you're getting it free in A Plague Tale. You're getting it free in Doom Eternal. You're getting it free with, almost every game that provided a free actual extra. Most games that get this PS5 upgrade or update, they typically come with the features of the console. With the tickle me controllers
not
features
all,
and shit not all of them, but some of them they go out their way and they do it. You know what I mean? Right. So it's like, sure, Xbox doesn't have like a fucking. People want to take this the wrong way, but Xbox doesn't have a gimmicky controller. So you're saying because our controller don't vibrate as long as yours, that the settings and the upgrades that we do get aren't considered upgrades. Then what are they? Mm-hmm. Because prior to the update, they look like the last gen version. It wasn't running at 60 frames per second. It wasn't at these resolutions. I don't get it. Like, what now? You're dismissing. You're changing what an upgrade is. So pretty much to you, the only upgrades are Tickle Me controllers and fucking 3D audio. Xbox has they don't have 3D audio. They have fucking they have Dolby Vision, DTX, and what the fuck is their Windows Sonic. Mm-hmm. Those are three different sources of audio enhancements options that you have.
I kind of want to piggyback off of this comment that this guy Max made, in the sense of if do you think if PS5 had a system like Smart Delivery, do you think they would be charging for upgrades or just charging for $70 in general?
If they had
if they had a system like Smart
Delivery. I would hope they wouldn't be charging, because the thing is, the whole thing about Smart Delivery is all Smart Delivery is an extension to Play Anywhere. You buy the game once and you have it on all the devices that's a part of that ecosystem. So, back when we were talking about Smart Delivery, back before the Series X and the PS5 came out, what people said, PlayStation been doing this with the Vita. It's cross-buy. PlayStation did this before. Why ain't they doing it now? They did it before. It worked at some point. All right, let's get Optimus. Optimus, join the fucking. Dre, I promise not to keep you. I'm gonna get Optimus in this call, and then we're gonna get out here.
We good. I kind of want to hear this too.
Optimus, join the join this shit here. Join the general, and I'll drag you in here, please. If you should be a part of Planet Xbox, I will. Please. Let me see if I can send him an invite. I probably gotta send him something on Twitter.
Oh yeah. If either of these consoles had Dolby Atmos, that would be fire, like built into the system, type. But I think Xbox has it through the headphones, right? Dolby Atmos, only through the headphones.
Yeah, only through any headphones though.
Right. Okay. But if they had it built in, both of that would be.
Oh, there he is. All right, cool. All right.
Cole, what's up, man?
What up? Mic check 1 2. Y'all hear me loud and clear?
We hear you loud and clear.
What up, Smooth? You a funny dude, boy. All right, so look, man, this is what I'm saying. Smooth, you made a direct reference. You said PC, Xbox gives you updates for free. I'm trying to tell you that when PC and Xbox gives you an update, all they are giving you is graphic or resolution and frame rate settings. That's it. They offer no more than graphic updates. And if that's all you want, Ghost of Tsushima gives you for free a FPS and a resolution update Same with
No, it doesn't.
Days
No, it doesn't.
Gone and every other PS5 game gives you those types of
No, they
updates
don't.
for
No,
free.
they don't. Ghost of Tsushima only gives you a frame rate upgrade, and the same thing with Death Stranding,
False.
Days
False.
Gone.
They gave you
No,
a
they-
frame
no,
rate
no, no, no,
update
no.
and a resolution
No,
update.
no, there's no resolution upgrades to those FPS.
Yeah.
Their FPS is only the frame rate. They're running PS4 Pro resolution. Same with The Last of Us 2. Same with Ghost of Tsushima, and same with Days
There
Gone.
hasn't been one. No, there hasn't been an update for Last of Us 2. That is
Yeah, it
not
wasn't.
true.
They have a 60
Ghost
frames.
of Tsushima,
No, Last of Us
Ghost
2
of
got
Tsushima has a PS5 enhancement that gives you
That lot comes
resolution.
locked. All right, are you talking about the one that's playable today?
Yeah, the one right
The one
now
that's
you have to
playable
get.
today
You have
did
to
not
get
change
it,
the
though.
resolution. The one that's playable today did not change the resolution. It only changed the frame rate, and that's the same update they did to Days Gone. The same update they did to The Last of Us Part 2. Did not change the resolution. It only enhanced.
The Last of Us did not get an PS5 enhancement.
it got a 60 frames update. It got a 60 frames update.
60 frames update because the Ghost of Tsushima's PS5 enhancements didn't technically get a PS5 enhancements either because it comes with that $70 price tag. What they got now is the 60 FPS update. It did not change the resolution.
All right, well, I'm looking that up because I'm pretty sure that it did. So I'm Googling that right now. But my point is, the reason I brought up a settings update with just graphical settings, which is basically what you on PC, you can move the slider over and get a higher graphical setting. What I'm telling you is that is all that happens on Xbox and that is all that happens on PC. So for you, your idea of next generation is more sliders. And you are content with more sliders. That is, to you, a next-gen game. And that's fine. What I am saying is that the amount of work, yes, to add 3D audio, DualSense support, and all of those other things is more than recompiling with the slider moved over. Those are not the same.
All right, so in your opinion, right, so moving forward, right, you would be happy if, let's say, since Xbox and PC, it's only updates to settings, all their upgrades should be free, while moving forward, every upgrade to the PS5 should be charged because they're tickling your hands and shit.
Yeah, that was funny. The dual masturbate controller, that was hilarious, by the way. No, I am not saying that at all. I'm saying that each organization can choose for themselves what they think is appropriate, and the market will decide if, no, we don't think that you made the right call. That is not worth enough to me for what you're charging. I'm not buying it, or it is worth enough and I will buy it. But either way, the organization is not right or wrong for trying to get money for the work that they do. And in your case, you're saying that you already bought the game. No, you didn't. You bought the PS4 version of that game and you still have it. You can get the enhancement for free. All the stuff that you're saying you can get for free because no one has bought the PS5 version of that game because it doesn't exist. And again, on Xbox, there is no equivalent because all Xbox has is settings updates, no more.
But Cole, what do you say games that are those PS5 specific?
What do I say? What?
What do you say to the games that are giving you those specific upgrades for free? Like,
oh, absolutely, right.
What do you say to in my position, right? What do you say to somebody who's like, man, I shouldn't have to pay for upgrades because majority of these games are getting a native upgrade version for free with these same specific upgrades that a Sony exclusive upgrade would get. Like how do you combat that? You know what I mean? As far as
I don't combat it that is nothing to combat. Okay. So how can I put this? I disagree with this idea that, man, I went on Kid Smooth show and Kid Smooth gave me a free t-shirt. So Dre, you also have to give me a free t-shirt. Mm-hmm. That is a fundamental disregard for each organization having a right to do business as they see fit.
Absolutely. I definitely 100% agree with that for sure.
So, but that being said, I do think it would be a better look if Sony were to, especially with like COVID and the state of the world and all that's going on, I think it would be definitely a better look for them to show more compassion and just be like, hey, we're going to go ahead and eat the cost for this because it's not going to kill us one way or the other. I absolutely positively think that it would be better if they ate the cost and just passed that on to the gamers. But I disagree with shows like this that's saying they are somehow trash if they don't do that.
I'm not saying that they're trash. I think it's I feel like you're oversympathetic for Sony as a corporation and their moves. I think everybody's under this impression that like this whole they need to be paid for their work. Like
they do. Everyone needs to be compensated for their work, including you. Yes.
To me, the work has already been done. It's just a matter of settings. So
right, that's because you're in Xbox land, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. Adding 3D audio and DualSense support is not just changing the slider and recompiling. But coming from the Xbox PC world, that's why I said that for the way you are thinking about it, that is all it is.
That's all that matters to me in terms of that's what I can see. That's what's tangible to me. I'm sorry, like.
What you mean? What you can see? You can 3D audio is tangible. DualSense support is tangible.
It's tangible, but it's not that big of an impact to me. Like I can live without.
Well, I mean, right? So, sure, but that's your own personal preferences kicking in now. So, for a person like you, you probably wouldn't pay the $10 upgrade because it's not worth it. And that's where speaking with your wallet comes in.
No. This is the problem, right? This is the problem, and this is what we keep forgetting about. You bought a $500 PlayStation 5 that is said to have 3D audio by the system.
True.
Touch Me controllers by the system, right?
Yeah.
And now you're saying now your library has the ability to take advantage of the features, but they're locked behind another paywall. So now you got to pay extra to take advantage of the features that you bought the PS5 to do.
Absolutely.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
It makes perfect sense. So it makes perfect sense when Horizon Forbidden West comes out, and the PS5 version is $70, and the PS4 version is $60.
Okay, all right. That's
if
fine.
you buy the PS4 version, do you think, okay, well, I already bought this game, they ought to give me that other one now for free? Or do you think you should have the rights to the one that you actually bought?
Honestly, this is you have a good point, but the thing is, see, this is why I don't get mad at EA for like all their games that's coming out this year, right? You have the choice to buy the Xbox version or the Series X version. You buy the version that you're going to be playing.
That you want, right?
That's different because that's all like that's current. Like I don't have an Xbox One anymore. I have no reason to buy an Xbox One version of any of those games. But
okay, let's say you already had.
But for PlayStation though and Xbox, I do believe in I do prefer the Xbox one. I feel like because it makes the most sense because it's like that with almost every device that I have, right? If I buy the content, if I buy the content, whatever device I use that content on, that's the one I should be. So if I buy Horizon on my PS4 and I log into my PlayStation 5 account with my account, which is connected to my PS4 and connected to my PS5, and I download my game that I bought, I should get the proper version. I know that's like, I just want everything to be like Xbox. But when I bought, what the fuck did I do? I bought the stupid. I had to put on an event for my job, right? I bought Black Widow on my Disney Plus account I was logged in on my wife's iPad. Bought Black Widow to make sure I had it
anywhere.
Yep.
Okay.
Then I took my iPhone, took my other Samsung Galaxy Tab, locked in to my Disney Plus app, broadcasted the movie on multiple devices. But the thing is, right, I didn't have to buy that product on every device I had. I was airing from an iPad, an iPhone, and a Samsung Galaxy.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's a perfect example because I brought this up to Gaming Addict. He think he got out of it, but he didn't. I'm making a video addressing him. I'm glad you brought that up. That is a perfect example. On my Xbox right now, I bought a movie called, oh my God, what's the name of it? It's like this little gang in the UK. Whatever it is, the game came in the standard definition and high definition. Mm-hmm. By mistake, I bought the standard definition. But what I really want is the high definition. Mm-hmm. I feel, because there was like a $5 price difference, I feel that I should get that standard that high definition for free, even though I bought the standard definition. Number one, it was a mistake. What I really wanted was the high def version. I feel that if I'm on a device that has high def, Microsoft Movies should just give me the high def version, but they don't. I have to go pay again for the specific high def version of that movie. And you can go look right now. You can try it, but don't, because it's real difficult. So I had to gift it to myself. I had to buy it as a gift, and then that replaced my digital standard definition with the high def version. But I hear what you're saying. Like, you just used that as an example. It was just a coincidence. And let me be very clear. You made a statement, Smooth. You said it makes the most sense for this to happen. I agree with that. To be clear, I 100% agree that it makes the most sense. I'm saying the conversation that it is somehow wrong when they don't.
Cole, if it makes sense, then why don't you think Sony is doing that? Like what? Like
because they try. Well, for all the stuff Sean Layton said on now. Well, we about to go way off in the weeds, but it's because making these games is too high. It's too expensive, especially for the type of games that they make. Yeah, it's too expensive.
So you think it's justifiable because these? I mean, I don't want to say
it was justifiable.
That's why I stopped myself because I didn't want to say I stopped myself.
I'm saying each organization has to decide for themselves, and we as the public will say yes or no. But at no point are they mistreating us by wanting to get paid for their work.
Sure, right.
But I do agree with Smooth. Sony is big enough; they could eat that cost and not think twice. But I think what they're trying to do, and this might be what Smooth is trying to say when he said they never get no flack for what they do. I think they are trying to increase our tolerance for higher price games so that because right now people say Sony games are $70. Like, that's not really true. Sony games range from $50 to $70. But I think the day is right around the corner where everything will be $70 or even higher. And I think they are trying to increase our tolerance for those higher priced games. So I do think this is a setup for something that's coming later that's going to be more prevalent. I don't think it's right or wrong. I just think it's capitalism. But I definitely agree it would make more sense. And it would be in the best interest of gamers, more gamer friendly, for them to bite the cost on these upgrades, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to get any better when they sell it in the middle. So,
it's not going to. If you think this is bad, it's not going to get better. Right.
Like, how do you combat it?
You speak with your wallet. If nobody is buying that upgrade, then it will force them to wait. If nobody buys Battlefield, which is not going to happen,
exactly.
It would force EA to realize the gamers are not having this. If nobody bought 2K, it would force. And the funny thing about 2K is 2K could give 2K away for free and they still make billions on them dumbass. I don't know what the language is, but just the microtransactions alone, they make billions. They could actually give 2K away. But it's capitalism. They are in business to make money, and they're going to do what they can to make it. We have to say when enough is enough, and we just have to not do it. And our wallets are going to happen.
Like, when is that? Like, do you realistically see that happen as a collective group saying enough is enough?
Right now, no. But it's because. So again, I realize I am the wrong person to use in this type of example because I don't really care, and I don't mind paying for things that I think are valuable. Mm-hmm. I really don't. And for me, $70 is not too high, and it doesn't bother me. Mm-hmm. Let's put it like this. If they tried to raise the price of games to $250 like Neo Geo did back in the 90s, the uproar that you want, people would see because that price is too much. The problem, I think, is that too many people, not legitimate or not, but too many people really don't think it's a problem. Other people do. There is no consensus. It's not high enough where people will complain. But I think there is a threshold beyond which, if the game is too high, everyone will speak out and nobody will buy that game, Battlefield or not. And they are flirting with that line. And that is the problem. Not enough people agree that it really is too high. Again, back in the 90s and the 2000s, I was paying $80 for Nintendo games. Like this is
Let me ask you something else, right? If these games start to flop at $70, do you think? Well, I guess that's kind of saying the same thing.
Yes.
Let's just. Okay, let's just say let's just consider. Let's just consider 3 million a flop to Sony, even though it sold 3 million, right?
Well, you can't yet because because the install base. All right, so Sony has 120 million PS4s, and then they'll get like 4 or 5 million sold off an install base of 120 million, and that's considered good. Right now, they have a 10 million install base, and Ratchet is still selling 1 million. That's like 10% attach rate. That is insanely high. I don't think the install base is big enough for you to make that 3 million number like you want, because it's not enough.
Got you. Okay.
But I understand the point you make, and I get it. Like, at what point will this hurt their pockets to where they like, no, we've made a mistake? So here's what I think ultimately. I think if more people, all right, Smooth, you know that you are known as like just an Xbox guy. And even though I know you play games everywhere, you don't try to hide it that you are the best bot, and Xbox is your preference, and you're going to throw shade at PlayStation. I think that if in addition to people like Smooth having this conversation, places like Sacred Symbols, other PlayStation-centric podcasts where it's not looking like one side is complaining and the other side is defending, but if it was a universal thing, like even if every gamer's not going to do it, I'm saying if all the influencers agree this is bad, and all of the influencers, and we're just speaking about it just from fact, no emotion, like, look, here's why this is bad. We're in a pandemic, all the regular stuff that makes sense. If that was the conversation, I think it would get more traction. But right now, I just don't think enough people are really bothered by it.
I mean, but we just got that video from Dustin Legary, which I think that's his name, Dustin Legary. That's
I don't watch any of his content since he blocked.
Okay.
So what was he talking about?
I mean, pretty much what you were saying. Like he just brings up that he brought up a tweet that a quote unquote PlayStation fan was just kind of fed up of these fees that Sony is throwing out. Whereas now, I guess now that person is now on Xbox or sees Xbox as a more valuable console or whatnot. So somebody like that who's already in the media. I mean, granted he's only one person, but he's not
like that.
But he's not the only one.
But it can't be him. But it can't be him because he clearly has an agenda. Xbox, it has to be someone, who is neutral or who is actually PlayStation centric, and they are just saying, "Look, man, this is not a good look." That's what I think is going to take.
Okay, I got you.
But given I haven't seen what you're talking about with this tweet, but according to Smooth, PlayStation not only released like 2 games. So like, what is this tax that they get hit with over and over off of 2 games? Like where?
If you watch his video, you would see it. But since you said
you're never gonna watch his video.
I just gotta read the super chat from Emmanuel. He was correcting us. He said Xbox Series X has Dolby Atmos for sound systems. So that
stop it. Just because but no games, but not a single Xbox Series X game has been encoded with Dolby Atmos. Just because the console has a feature doesn't mean it's being utilized, which is exactly what I'm telling you.
Gears been encoded with Dolby Atmos.
Which one?
Gears 5.
Because the entire list through the entire Xbox One generation, because the Xbox One X has Dolby, Xbox has had Dolby for the entire Xbox generation.
2017.
Yeah. See, right. And the list of, because I'm like, y'all know I'm highly into sound. I have a Dolby Atmos full spec system, 4 height speakers, the whole setup. And there was like 9 games that supported Dolby Atmos. And I've been looking and I haven't seen any Series X games encoded in Dolby Atmos. So y'all gonna have to show me which one it is. And as I've said before on Twitter many times, one of the biggest advantages that I think Xbox has that nobody talks about is their Dolby Atmos. But it is not utilized at all.
Smooth, when are you? And this is from Bay Area. He says, Smooth, when are you and Dark Doc going to debate Optimus Code and Porter Rock? Tell Optimus and Porter Rock to stop running. Well, Optimus is here today, so I mean, it's definitely possible. Like I said, I'm down to do that. I am down.
The Addict's supposed to be setting it up.
Yeah,
the Alex dude said he was game, so I don't know what the hold up is.
And like I said, the only person I need to hear from is Porter Rock. Dark Doc said he would do it. Optimus is obviously.
Oh, Rock can't do it yet. Rock is on. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't be telling the man business, but his job has him doing something, and he's like away for the summer.
Oh, okay.
But then he'll be back like in the fall or something.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate the invite, Smooth. Let me get on out of here. I know Dre got to go eat some pig feet or something, so let me get on out of here, bro.
I don't even eat meat, man.
All right, but
peace,
but we about to end the show, but appreciate you coming through. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a minute. I know we ran a little bit long, but we were gone for 3 weeks, so you know, I'll be sure to make sure that does not occur again. But in terms of like, we'll be back probably Friday. Try to get back to Fridays. But obviously, if we're not here on Fridays, then we got Saturdays is the fallback day. So I don't mind not having a dedicated day, but at least a dedicated window would be fine. So
and then I had actually brought to you about doing like mini series. If you
you didn't get my reply.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, but you know, so.
Oh yeah, so also so Dre will be probably doing a smaller version, solo version of the Let's Talk Games podcast, like a Let's Talk Games mini.
Like only if we both can't.
If we can't make, and it'll be probably a scenario where we miss a week to do a regular show. Dre will probably go live on his channel to do pretty much same format, but it's just him. I don't know unless you have people call in, just him. So that to make up for that, so to ensure that doesn't happen again. Like I said, things got busy, life, work, and you know, I'm just still trying to make ends meet. But I appreciate everybody who came through. Shout out to Optimus Code, everybody who sent the super chat, Bay Area, Emmanuel, everyone. I just definitely appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys next week. All right.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Peace.